in the film you're playing a telenovela star of La Ultima Pasión. What was your reaction when you found out and were approached with this very funny part that's kind of outside the main story, but is still hilarious?
Thank you, Tyler. And yeah, it was I mean, already just I grew up watching Jim Carrey's comedies, and that's I think part of what informed and make my know more about comedies and my comedic timing and also in Mexico, where I'm from, in Guadalajara, comedy's been part of my life with my friends and my family. But I'm just very grateful. Jeff Fowler, the director, gave me the opportunity, and even though I was not on set with Jim, just knowing that Jim knows about my existence and that I was part of such a such an iconic franchise. I remember growing up and playing Sonic the video game and in the Super Nintendo, and and yeah, I was just just I was just very excited and yeah, a telenovela star whose evil twin betrays the other good twin. That was already hilarious, and I was just very excited and honestly, even though it was a short cameo, I know people have been talking a lot about it and makes me very proud and that people talk about it. That it's I hope it says that I did a good job, hopefully, and that it
You
was funny.
de- you definitely did a good job. You mentioned being a fan of Jim Carrey. We all are, but how was it when you got to see the movie and see him reacting to your little telenovela sketch? That had to be a real trip for you.
Yeah, it was hilarious, especially like my parents didn't know anything about it. So I took my parents and my sister Paloma and we all went to the movies and then they saw me and they were like, "Ah." And they were very excited. I was very excited. Yes, it was funny. It was cool.
Yeah, and you get to play the twin brothers like you mentioned, Pablo and Juan. How is did you have you ever had to do that before where you're acting with yourself and playing two different characters in the same role?
I've never done it in like film. I did once. Well, I did once like a trailer for Forza Horizon for Xbox, and I'm a taxi driver, and I drive around Mexico City and things like that, and then um I have an alter ego, and the taxi driver always wishes he could do other stuff, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a passenger gets in the car and it's me, but cool. And the taxi driver needs to be cool as his alter ego. But never like this. That was pretending to be cool. This was so much fun. This was another level, and yeah, it was cool. And then having the mustache. And the
Yeah,
most
it's
ri- the more ridiculous. I was always speaking with Jeff, the director. The more ridiculous it was getting, the better.
yeah, you really got to ham it up. It's such a fun part. There's this great scene where Keanu Reeves, Shadow the Hedgehog, is watching it, and he says, "Gabriella should kill them both. She's not a prize to be won." How do you do you agree with Shadow's assessment there?
I think so. In those circumstances, that's the only solution. I know that was also very funny.
Yeah, and how has the reaction been? Because you're a big surprise in this film. It wasn't really in the marketing. It was such a pleasant, out there part of the movie. So how has the reaction been from your fans?
It's been very cool, and I'm also proud to say that here in Mexico, um, I'm developing my film company with my sister Paloma, Spectrum X Films, and we have two Mexican films in cinemas at the moment, and Una Pequeña Confusión and Corina. Hopefully one day you'll also watch them. But also we have Sonic the Hedgehog in cinemas, so it's been a dream come true to be able to have three films where I'm part of that are in cinemas at the moment. Cinema is where my passion relies. I love TV, of course, and I love all the other forms, but cinema is where I started, going to the cinemas, eating popcorn with my parents, with my friends, and dreaming that I one day I could be there too. And yeah, that's why my fans, my family, my friends are proud of myself, and I feel proud of myself. And it's been a long journey, I'm just and also I have little nephews, so having a family film like Sonic and that we can all go and watch it, all of us together. It's also it's really it warms my heart.
Yeah, it's really special. I saw the trailer for the fertility clinic movie that you're in, the mix up. That looked really hilarious too. And this is a very fun time in your career.
Thanks, sir.
Are you looking to do more in comedy going forward, or where are you trying to find your space here within the world of cinema?
Well, my goal is to well first I hope one day I can meet Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves. I know I just met them uh, in the story, but maybe I hope I'm a big fan of them. And as I told you, Jim Carrey is my hero, my comedic hero. When it comes from my heart and things I want to create, it's always comedy. I'm always thinking about comedy, and even when I collaborate with other writers and writing something, they have to take me down with my jokes. Um, but as a producer and storyteller, I'm just into a good story, a universal story, a story that connects. I love real life dramas with touches of comedy. As an actor, I love psychological thrillers. I would love to have one day like a challenge like that, and I love dark humor too. Those are the stories that I'm really more into. But as long as it's a universal story, I would love to know more about it.